Hi guys, I am Malika from Platinum Fund. We are a startup incubator that has helped many startups launch and succeed. We've gathered valuable information to help your IT startup reach the top IT companies quickly. In the previous video, we were talking about all the obstacles you can face when launching a startup. And this time, we will see what you can do if a venture capital investor says no to your efforts to raise funds. Watch the video till the end to see how to turn VC's no to yes. All startup founders know the feeling of counting on funding and then a VC says no. You prepare a pitch and create a realistic plan, and you are sure that your startup is the perfect fit for VC financing. And then this no. But this no isn't necessarily the end, and it can have a variety of meanings. The investors may have had a bad day, they may have had a bad experience with another startup that is similar to yours, they may have had personal issues. In other words, their no may be due to reasons unrelated to you or your company, so don't get discouraged. Talk to more VCs, and even if 2 or 3 more say no, don't get discouraged. It might just be a coincidence. However, if 7, 10 or more say the same, it's not a coincidence anymore. There may be something wrong with your pitch, plan or selected field. Meeting more VCs in this case would be a waste of time. It's better to reconsider your plan or the way you present it. Some founders get encouraged when VCs say things like, "It sounds interesting, but not right now," or "I have to talk to my partners," or "maybe." But don't be deceived, this all means no, just in a more polite way. At the moment, they don't want to invest in your startup, at least not with the facts you have provided them. However, if you change those facts, the door to investment may be opened. You can come back to them with the new facts and have a chance to hear yes. Don't forget that the more contacts you have, the more chances to get the funding you need. Start growing your network by visiting professional events and getting useful contacts. Use onchainlab.ai to find all the events of your interest, and if you prefer using a mobile phone, the Telegram bot Events Today bot will do the same. If you want to get in touch with potential investors directly, contact us and get a full database of the major IT companies' founders. Check the video description for instructions. Take every no respectfully, ask for feedback, thank them for their time, and finally, don't hesitate to ask them to get in touch if things change. They may say no now, but in a year, things may change and your startup may become the top target for investors. Rethink your plan. Consider ways to reduce risks for investors, as the fewer risks they face when investing in your startup, the greater your chances of obtaining funds. Put yourself in the shoes of a venture capitalist and assess whether you would invest in your startup. If not, determine how you can optimize your business to make it more attractive to investors. Although it may involve many changes, it's worth the effort. Address each risk that investors typically consider. Determining whether your startup has the right founders is crucial. It should include at least one person who knows the tech stack and one who knows how to run a company. This is the toughest risk to address and the main reason why venture capitalists might deny you funding. If they believe that the person managing the business is not strong enough to do it properly, or that the technical specialist isn't good enough, you may need to hire someone else, swap the founders, or add more founders. Determining whether there is a market for your product is crucial. Will anybody buy it? This is probably the second toughest risk to address. To eliminate or reduce it, you must conduct proper market research. Perhaps you need more customers, i.e., those who pay for the product, to persuade investors. Are there many companies working on the same problem? How do you stand out? If you have performed proper market research, you should know all your competitors and where your company stands in the market. Make sure your product stands out and the distinction is strong enough. Many startups fail to do this, and if you don't know how your product can compete in the market, it might be better not to start the company at all. Do you really believe that you don't have any competitors? For investors, it means that you haven't researched the market and you are not ready to launch a company. Another option is that you are going to launch a product in which nobody is interested. The thing is that markets with customers and perspectives are full of competitors. Knowing how many investment rounds you will need to launch the product and get profit is crucial. Will you manage to launch the product after just one funding round, or will you need several? If you need several, when will you need new funding? You can reduce the financing risk in the eyes of venture investors by planning how much money you need in great detail. Reconsider all prospective expenses to see if you can reduce them. Also, you can address more VC investors to get additional funding. You can find useful contacts by visiting specialist events or using our Telegram bot, Events Today bot. Launching at the right time is crucial as well. Is it too late or too early for the product? You can reduce time and risk by showing that you have come with your product at the right time. The best way to do so is to get as many customers as possible. Do you need a specific technology to be developed to launch the product? Or can your team develop this technology? If an extraordinary invention or advancement is necessary to make your product successful, make sure you can handle it. The only way to reduce this risk is to develop a product, at least MVP or beta version, to demonstrate to investors. It will elevate your chances of raising money from VC. If you want to find even more investors or grow your network for future opportunities, look for them at onchainlab.ai, where you can find the professional events you need. Is your business located too far from venture capitalists? If so, it may be a reason for them to deny funding. Handling this risk is difficult if you don't have enough funds to launch your company in major entrepreneurship centers like New York or Silicon Valley. Most startups are launched there because those places have the money. Of course, you can launch your company anywhere, but you may not be able to raise funds for it. Can you find the needed talent where your business is located? If not, how can you solve the issue? The best thing to do is to address the positions that are most concerning for venture capitalists. Find the right specialists and ensure you can expand the team when needed. Can your product stand out among other solutions? How much money will you need to market it? Check if you can get traction in the market. How can you attract customers? How much can you spend until your business starts generating revenue? If you see that you need a lot of money for marketing, you may need to look for simpler approaches. Another option is to attract the attention of more VC investors to your startup by getting in touch with them during specialist events, and all those events you can find on onchainlab.ai. Yes and no. Many entrepreneurs have succeeded, but even more have failed. Focus on your product if you believe you can move forward with it. This is the most valuable thing you can do. And after that, do your best to find customers for your product. The web is a great resource. Use it. Another point is that venture capital is all about risking. This is one of the riskiest investment types for investors. However, you can try to reduce the risks associated with your business. And once you've done that, pitch again and repeat it as many times as necessary to turn no into yes. Now you know that investors' no should not discourage you. In our next video, we will see what you can do if you don't know any investors. We will find a way together to get hundreds networking points and provide tricky tactics to capture the VC's attention. Stay with us and see you!